With normal use, the sensor and battery in the DNA should last about 2 to 3 years. If you need to replace the battery, here's how you do it. First, you pull the base out. It's not a screw. You just twist it and it pulls out. Be careful of not pulling these wires out. Okay? You pull the base out and then you use a small screwdriver to push in this retaining tab, and the battery should just pop out. If it doesn't, you can just push it under this and then it comes out. This is a CR 2450. Okay, that's the replacement battery. Once you have the new battery ready, you slide it in like this and then push it in until it tabs, and you should see the green lights flash. That tells you that the battery is installed correctly and that it's working properly. Then all you need to do is just carefully put the base back on and you're done. Your battery is changed and the DNA is ready to be used again. If you need to replace the oxygen sensor, you go to the top and do the same thing with the head. You just twist it and just pry it open. It's not a screw, it's a push fit. You pull it out until you can see the sensor. You have to be careful here that you don't pull these wires. There is enough wire to play with, but don't pull it out too much. Okay, next you use some sort of plastic tool. The best thing for the job is this. This is the Divesoft O-ring tool, and there's a link in the description if you want to get this. And you use this end here. It's plastic. You see this tab? So you just have to push this tab with the tool, and while you've got that in there, just pull out the cable clip like this. Okay? You see these ears? They go and mate with that tab. Okay? Now just be careful when you do this so that you don't damage or pull out the wires. Okay? Next, you unscrew the old oxygen sensor from the head. Okay, that's your old oxygen sensor. Now if you have a friend who dives a rebreather which uses the R22 Molex oxygen sensor, and your friend is about to change his sensor because rebreather sensors are changed more regularly than analyzer sensors, you could just ask him for a sensor because he's just going to throw it away. And that sensor should be perfectly fine to use in your analyzer. Of course, you will do a full calibration to make sure the sensor is working properly. Alternatively, you can just buy a new sensor. Just make sure it's a R22. Best is to just go with the Divesoft original sensor. There's a link in the description. So here's your sensor, and then you get your head, and you want to screw it in until this O-ring is touching here. That helps create a better seal, which helps with analysis. So again, you don't need any tools for this. Just screw it in gently until the O-ring is touching. Do not over tighten. You might break the sensor or you might damage the head. Okay. Once it's ready, it should look like this. Then you bring your DNA back. You see how it has 3 holes here. There are 3 pins there, and those are the 2 ears that mate with the tab. You just align everything up and then push until you hear a click. Here we go. Okay, and just make sure it's tight. Then just twist it a little bit like this to help take up some of that excess wire, and then just push it back in. Okay, that's it. You have now replaced the sensor on the DNA and it is ready to use. Of course, you will need to calibrate it after a sensor change. There's a link in the description for that.